If you want to be more efficient and effective while experiencing more inner peace, then working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a Band-Aid is vital. Welcome to LifeFix University podcast. I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve. Why does improving your cognitive function reduce your stress? That's what's coming up next on the LifeFix University podcast, episode 387. But first, screenshot this episode, take a picture of yourself, show us where you're listening to it, and share it on IG stories. Don't forget to tag me at LifeFix University so that way I can thank you personally and give you a shout out. For today's real life challenge, imagine you have a really long to-do list you planned on attacking today. And at 10:30, your child's school calls you to tell you that he's sick. On your way to pick him up, you realize you also have an important meeting that's in less than an hour, and you're starting to get super stressed. Cognitive functions are the skills behind all skills. They're thinking skills. In order to do almost anything in your life, you need cognitive functions. There are 28 cognitive functions in total, and we all have stronger and weaker cognitive functions. If you're thinking about what I just said and you're trying to process it all to see if it makes sense, then you probably have a question. If there are 28 cognitive functions and we all have stronger and weaker ones, and they're behind almost anything I do in my life, something doesn't make sense. I have weak skills and I need them to run my everyday life. Welcome to the world of stress and overwhelm. If you are trying to do a task, but you're not sure how to do it, you're going to have stress or overwhelm. You may think it's because the instructions aren't clear, or you have too much to do, or it simply doesn't make sense to do it that way. And all that may be true. But if you would have strong cognitive functions, you would have a much easier time figuring it out. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but I have ADHD or trauma or mental health issues that is causing my stress. It's not a cognitive function. Again, I'm going to tell you that may be true, and you should 100% go and deal with it. But if you would have strong cognitive functions, you would have a much easier time figuring it out. Cognitive functions are thinking skills, and just like any skill, you can learn it. Just like you can learn to cook or play guitar, even if you have ADHD or mental health issue, you can learn a cognitive function. I'll tell you even more. By improving your cognitive functions, it will help you with the thing you are struggling with and reduce your stress even more. Let me give you an example. If you have ADHD and you struggle with being on time, like a lot of people with ADHD, you might get stressed anytime you have an appointment because you're scared you'll miss it. If you improve your cognitive function of time, one of the thinking skills, you'll automatically reduce your stress because you're not going to have the fear of missing your appointment. Another example, if you have anxiety and get stressed when you need to go to events with a lot of people, you may be struggling with understanding cues or holding two sources of information at once. Both of those are cognitive functions. When you improve those cognitive functions, you'll have a much easier time in the situation with these people, and automatically your stress will reduce. By improving your cognitive functions, you are improving the source of your issue. This way, your brain knows what to do and doesn't get stressed out like it did in the past. So going back to our real life challenge, if you have a strong cognitive function with so much to do, a sick kid and a really important meeting, if your cognitive functions were super strong, then instead of getting stressed out, your brain would go into thinking mode. It's going to start planning, start organizing, start deciding and figuring out what you need to do to make it work. Today, we spoke about why improving your cognitive functions reduces stress, as it is the skill behind all skills and allows you to do what you want to do. Your challenge this week is to take the cognitive function assessment, if you haven't yet, to see which one of your cognitive functions are strong and which ones are weak, so you can begin improving them and reducing your stress. Head over to lifepicksuniversity.com/CF for cognitive function. So that's LifePicks, PIX university.com/C, the letter F. Take that assessment. Will take you under 10 minutes. And you're going to see there's no right or wrong. It's on a scale from 1 through 5 because you can always be improving them. And the more you improve them, the less stress you have an awesome rest of your day.
That's all for this episode of the Life Picks University podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your family and friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Have an awesome rest of your day and grow those dendrites.